Well, when Attorney General Eric Holder and whether he lied to Congress about snooping on reporters is the topic of a huge and heated debate. And tempers and emotions can run very high on this issue, as we have seen on both sides. But did one guest on Hannity last night cross the line in this exchange between Bill Cunningham and Tamara Holder? Check it out.
Challenged, and you're one of the stooges of the left that will always be there to excuse away criminal behavior. You suffer from Bob Beckelitis, which is an incurable, fatal condition of liberalism that has caused people like Eric Holder to be the consigliere for President Barack Hussein Obama. Sign the petition, Tamara, to call for the resignation of the chief law enforcement officer of this nation because he lied under oath when he criminalized journalism, and you know he did it, but you refuse to do what's right.
But I really hope that when you speak to a judge, you don't point your finger in the person's face the entire time by making your point.
Are you a judge?
Your finger does not.
Whose finger's in my face right now?
Mine, because I'm telling you to shut up. But anyway.
Wait a minute, you shut up. Know your role and shut your mouth.
My role as a woman.
Know your role and shut your mouth? Really? Juan Williams is here, Fox News political analyst. Mary Katherine Ham, editor-at-large for hotair.com. Is this what we've come to? Is this civil society, Juan? Really?
No, not in my opinion. And, you know, Mary Katherine's here. I debate Mary Katherine all the time. I'm glad she doesn't tell me to stay in my place. I mean, I just think that not only, you know, Martha, you said, did he cross the line? He not only crossed the line, he obliterated the line, called her a stooge, stuck his finger in her face. How is she supposed to respond except in personal terms, you know, to try to defend herself? I think it shut down the conversation. That doesn't help.
Yeah. Mary Katherine?
Yeah, the merits of the argument about Eric Holder, might be on the Cunningham side, but I'm Team Tamara on the comment about knowing your role. I think you're in sort of standard name-calling area until you go there, and then that's an oh, hell no moment. I'm surprised she didn't get madder. That would have been my cutoff.
She told him to shut up, which I think was the first part of the escalation.
Right,
she
that
wasn't happy
was
because
the
he
beginning
was
of the back and
pointing the finger in the face, which nobody likes at all, right? And, you know, we did get, I had a little correspondence with Tamara this morning, and I want to show you what her response is, because she's... It's pretty professional, I would say. Let's take a look at what Tamara had to say. I'm not sure I would have been able to say quite this way. She said, which we do understand, I'm always honored to join Sean Hannity's shows. She says, I've long considered Mr. Cunningham as my professional friend, she goes on to say, so I was just absolutely shocked by how he spoke to me. Just because I'm a Democrat, that does not mean that I approve of this administration's behaviors. Unfortunately, because of Bill's comments directed at me personally, I wasn't able to share my educated opinions on a serious matter. And isn't that that is the problem, right? I mean, we're discussing something very serious here. The question of whether or not the Attorney General lied under oath. And what does this say, sort of, about our ability to communicate and, you know, have a serious, respectful discussion on these things these days, Juan?
I think it's broken down in so many ways. I mean, you know, I think Bill Cunningham's a talk radio guy, and I think a lot of talk radio really is speaking to people who already agree with your side, and I think oftentimes demonizing the other side. But what it does is it makes it very difficult then to cross lines, to have reasoned conversation where you say, you know what, I may be a Democrat, but I think Holder was wrong on this point. And, you know, the point about criminalizing journalism is a real point of concern to people on the left and the right. So I think he could have found that Tamara Holder was far more open to his position if he hadn't personalized it, if he hadn't somehow, you know, well, I don't have to say somehow, if he hadn't called her a stooge.
Yeah. And then he said, are you going to cry?
Well,
when she took a breath and tried to sort of bring it back to someplace. And Sean asked them, just so the viewers know, if they didn't see it, at the end he said, you know, why don't you guys just shake hands and let's end it on a nice note. And they both said, no, we're not doing that.
Jeez, it got hot.
That's how it ended.
You know,
go ahead, Mary Katherine.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you know, these things happen. You have a blow-up every now and then. Tamara's been a little personal, particularly with conservative women in the past, like Michelle Malkin and Lila Rose, and these things happen. I would also add, in Bill Cunningham's life, he's married to an appeals court judge in the state of Ohio, so it looks like he doesn't have a problem with women in that particular role. So maybe this is not a reflection of his feelings, but you got to be careful when you're on the air, and that's why Juan and I like to try to keep it sane.
Well, that's why we like to keep you in two different cities. We
Plus,
find
he knows about this.
Really?
Exactly. All right, thank you very much, you guys.
Have a good weekend,
Good to
Martha.
have you here. You have a good weekend, too. Juan Williams and Mary Katherine Ham not pointing at each other, and I will see you later. Bye, you guys.
Bye-bye.